Yep.
Zeta wasn't ready.
We'll do it live! Fuck
We're
it!
live. Who said this is live?
It is live.
I heard there was no
Sick.
words on it.
There's no words on it!
There's no words on it.
And everybody, this is a non-family friendly podcast, so fuck, shit, fuck.
Okay, so it's my understanding we're gonna change up the format a little bit, guys. We're gonna do kind of what we did a few episodes back. We're going to first of all briefly discuss a topic, and then we're gonna hopefully get some people in to ask questions, not necessarily questions directed at us, but a question they'd like our opinion on. So it could be anything, but the topic. Sorry, Milk.
No, you were going, so go ahead.
I was just going to say that the topic for this week that we're going to discuss are finals, seeing as they seem to be coming up for quite a few people right now. What were you going to say, Milk?
That, if you're by any chance experiencing audio problems, like we're echoing or we're too quiet, if you can hear us, that's fine, don't worry about it. And second of all, what the hell was I going to say? I totally forgot. Never mind. So I guess we can start this off with first impressions of finals. I guess everybody's is going to be the same, which is shit. I hate what?
Funkles?
I hate Funkles. Yeah.
My strategy is you prepare, you pre-prepare, so you go out, you get like a 6-pack of like bottles, whatever, some sort of caffeine. So I get 6-pack of Pepsi or whatever, and I have a bad sleeping schedule, so I usually end up staying up till 6 in the morning studying, just nonstop. You get to the point where you procrastinate so much that you just literally you're so scared of doing bad that you just go and study.
I mean, that's the thing with me. I'm the best procrastinator out there. If it requires me not doing anything, then I don't do it. And then I suddenly wake up the next day and I'm like, oh shit, I had a project due, or oh shit, I have an exam tomorrow. And then I cram everything in and usually write a D, and I'm happy with it because I still pass.
I would cry tears.
I mean, it's just going back a few years for me. It's been a long time since I've been in school, but my mother always used to say something to me, and I can't help but feel it's true. I mean, there's two different types of intelligence. I think you've got general smarts, math and that kind of thing, and then there's common sense. And my mother always told me that I was, really intelligent, but I had no common sense, and I still think to this day that this is true, because I used to put no preparation into my exams whatsoever. Literally, like the last hour before, the night before the exams, I'd try and crunch in as much as I could, and just wing it really. I mean, it came out all right. No doubt, if I had revised, I could have done a bit better. But exams are really weird in my school. I mean, bear in mind, guys, the exams that I remember as a kid were my comprehensive school, which is kind of high school ages, I guess. I was 15, 16, and in this country, at least at the time, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you still do GCSEs at 15, 16?
Yeah.
Okay. But my school's pretty old. Like, it was built turn of the century, 1900s. And when you have your exams, like, you could have exams on like 10 or 15 different subjects. But it depends what subjects you chose. Like, not everybody did the same subjects. Like, some people might do geography, some people might do French. GCSE, I don't know what the equivalent is, Duck, but it's what you sit when you're 16 years old in the UK.
I think not 8. I think back in 8th grade it was called EQAO.
No, EQAO was, you do it in grade 2, 5, 8. No, it was 9, 6, and 3 grade.
Now I know what it is.
Yeah.
EOCs. GCSEs are EOCs, end of course exams, which I have this week. What is it called? I have it on Wednesday. The oral exams, which I'm not looking forward to. programs because they require work, and I don't like work at all. I mean, never.
To answer your question, Duck, is that yeah, everybody has to sit these at the age of 16, and once you've done your GCSEs, you no longer have to attend school. You know, if you want to, you can go on to college or university. Well, college and then university. But technically, you can leave school when you're 16 over here. I don't know if it's the same in the US or wherever else you are.
At 14 here.
Yeah, you can leave school at 16 in Canada. You just have to be signed up by your parents.
Is it 16? I mean, no,
No, it's 18.
You can leave school. You can leave school here at 14. Yeah, you can after 9th grade. It's basically just get the fuck out of here if you don't want to.
For Canada, well, at least in Ontario, from what I remember, it's 18. You need to be a legal adult to do it, or you need like parental consent.
No, it's 16 with parental consent.
Is it because here, without parental consent, you can just get your ass out there at 14?
Well, at 18, you can just do whatever you feel like. You're like, oh yes, I'm sick. Oh, I need to go home, and they'll be like, oh yes, okay, let me write it down. Okay, goodbye.
I can do that here at my age. I mean, it's not really bad. I'm 17. I can just say I have a headache. I'm going home, and they're like, I don't give a shit because my secretary's a bitch. I hate my secretary. And then I just leave.
I mean, over here, I don't know how kind of it's structured in different countries, but there's like a kind of 3-tier system. You've got high school or comprehensive school, or you know, do they call them high schools now in Hock in UK?
No, it's still secondary school.
Secondary school. I've seen like some people in the UK refer to their schools as high schools, and I don't like it because it's kind of Americanization, I guess. But yeah, so I mean, you've got the GCSEs, which you do when you're 16, and after that point, you can leave school if you so choose. You know, and you can go to work. Generally not a good idea, but you can do it if you so choose. After that, then you've got college or sixth form, where you do A levels, and you can choose 3 or more A level subjects to specialize in, and then after those 2 years, you then can go on to university, you know, and do a degree.
I mean, the thing here is we start off at grade 1 to 4, primary school. Then we go, I don't know what it's called, there's 3 types of schools. There's one that goes to grade 9 if you're not very smart. I'm just going to say blatantly like that. There's one that goes to grade 10, and there's one that goes to grade 12. I mean, you're based, which I don't understand because it's kind of stupid. You're based off your test scores in your 4th year, and then you're put into the schools accordingly. So if in the final like test you write a D, you're gonna go into the dumb school, although you're really smart. Or if you cheat on it and you write an A, you get into the smart school. Although you're not very smart and you just cheat off a test, which is basically why I don't like German school system at all.
I mean,
Zero, do you want me to explain?
Explain what, sorry?
The Canadian system?
For what?
Schooling.
I mean, I could explain it too. It's
Yeah, you go to school in Canada. In elementary school, if you show any sort of intelligence, they give you separate tests and you see if you go into the Excel programs. Same with high school. Then in grade 12, when you're 18, you write your finals. And then based on your finals, it'll tell you how smart you are for university or college.
Yeah, the university is like the higher tier, and then if you're less smart,
Or
you,
trade school.
Yeah, you could do college, or you know, if you don't, you can do internships. And what was I thinking? But yeah, secondary schools is just like a informal name. I guess high schools is like the normal used name, but generally high school is like pretty much the common name, but it's pretty much the same thing.
alright. So wait, it's just high school. Here I just don't get it. It's just basically three types of high schools that go to three different types of whatever.
Going back to the subject of exams for a little bit, I was saying earlier that like when you're I don't really agree with it because like you have to pick what was called your options when I was in school when you were 14, and these were like topics that you wanted to focus on, and you could pick three, I think. And I'm trying to, or it might have been five, I don't even remember. So like these options dictated what exams you'd have, obviously. So you didn't all have your exams at the same time. Like somebody who did French obviously had a different exam than somebody who did geography. So like for the last 2 weeks of the exam period, you'd all have different timetables, and it was awesome because like you were supposed to use the time in between to revise, but you didn't have to be in school during this period. So I just remember spending a lot of time with my friends and not really doing much revising. But as far as the exams are concerned, like I said, my school was pretty old, and you'd turn up for your exam at whatever time, and they used to be in the sports hall and like in the gym. And we had these really old kind of style easel tables, you know, the ones where you open the top and you can keep your pens and your papers and stuff inside. And you just had rows and rows of those in a big empty hall, everybody looking nervous, like a couple of teachers who walked up and down just to make sure you weren't cheating. And yeah, I don't know, it's pretty interesting, but it wasn't my favorite time of school, really.
I mean, what I hate though, if you got the oral exams here, you get 40 minutes to prepare what you're doing. You go into a tiny sweaty room, and you're standing there. It's like on a stage, and you get three angry-looking teachers just staring at you. It's like, go, do it, do what you need to do, and that makes you even more nervous. That's why I like having open rooms, but that doesn't work here because every room in my school is tiny. Absolutely tiny. How was it for you with exams, with the room size?
It's pretty much the same thing. I guess what you do is you generally go to the same place you had your course the whole semester, and then the final exam ended up being in a few hours, and they want you to put your bags and everything at the front or at the back so that you don't have anything near you. And they're very strict. Like they would have like the time on the board, and they have like people rotating in and out to monitor the students, so that one person would be like, "Oh, I'm tired," and somebody else comes in.
I'm tired from walking across the class.
I mean, personally, if I was doing an exam or when I'm doing an exam, I'm so focused. I don't really care what's around me or anything. I'm just trying to like focus in on getting everything down and being try hard.
I mean, the thing with me is, I think I've dumbed down over the years because the first like 6 years of my schooling life, I was really smart, and then I just started progressively getting worse, which I don't understand why, but because I took a gifted test in grade 6, and I failed.
I remember that test.
And now I know that I'm not gifted because I failed the gifted test.
Gifted is nothing. It's really just some, like, what you do when you get to secondary school, they used to have, like, these meetings every, like, couple of weeks or so, and it would be, like, some sort of program, and you just have, like, food, and you talk about, like, extra programs to help your experience and your, like, after secondary school stuff. It's nothing really, man. It's just, like, a title.
Yeah, I know. I had this kid in my class who was gifted, and he just kept shouting it around the class, like, "I'm too good for this class, I am gifted," and then he got stuffed in the trash can.
I don't know if they still do this in schools, but at least for me, in my school, for like the major subjects, like you had maths, science, English, literature and language, and also Welsh, because obviously I'm Welsh, I was in a Welsh school. But you'd have exams just not state exams, just exams issued by the school every year, and depending on your performance in those exams, they'd put you into sets, and you'd have sets 1 through to 4, 1 being the highest and 4 being the lowest. So if you did really well in like your maths exam at the end of the year, they'd put you into set 1 class. So they basically separated the smart people and the dumb people, basically, so that they could teach more advanced things to the people in the higher sets. I'm not sure if I kind of understand. Some people might look at it saying, oh, they're separating them, singling them out, if you like, but at the end of the day, if you've got people who are talented at maths or English or whatever it may be, but you're not able to teach them the stuff equivalent to their level because there's other people who aren't as smart holding them back, I kind of see their point in that. But
yeah. I mean, Zito, how was it for you with exams back in the day? I was gonna say, because
I never took exams.
You didn't?
No, I wrote an equivalency at 18 and passed it at 100%.
Whoa, 100.
Because I'm going to share this bit of information with you younger kids. High school is useless. You don't need it. If you're smart, you can write the tests. You can audit everything and get out of school early and move on to better things.
Yeah.
Because I wrote all the 5 standard tests, and I can't remember what they all are, but I didn't study.
You didn't?
No. I don't study for exams.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
just go in and write them and pass, and then move on with everything.
Yeah, I don't study ever. I think Evader, it's different. You stay up until like 6 in the morning with like 2-liter bottles of Pepsi, and you study all the time.
Or what I do is I'm like, okay, a few weeks before, okay, I'm gonna study like 2 weeks. I need to do it in order to be good. And then it turns up I spend my entire weeks on the internet or talking, and then like 5 to 7 hours, I'm like, oh god, I totally didn't realize it, and it's like 12 at night, and the exam's gonna be at like 9 in the morning, like, oh damn it, or study, and then I'll end up with like 2 hours of sleep, and I'll like study on the way to class, and then, yeah, that's how it ends up.
I always study right before the class starts because I have a great short-term memory. I remember most of it, but long-term memory, I just can't get anything through my head, ever. If I stare at a book, usually if my parents tell me to study, I'll just stare at the book for a couple of minutes and then go upstairs, but I don't ever study.
If you pay attention in class and do well through the entire year, you don't need to study because you should have it in your memory already, and you should be able to easily access that information.
Yeah. And I mean, it's different for everybody with the grading system. I mean, high school doesn't matter, but here everything matters every single year. If you fail 2 classes, you have to repeat the entire year. Because I don't think that happened in any school that I went to in Canada, where it's basically you could have a 50% in a class and you could still get by. So, Funky, you were gonna say something, or did I?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, I used to be really into maths and science and stuff when I was in school, and I thought I was cool as shit doing all these like equations and all this crap. And I can honestly say that the 14 years that have passed since I left school, I haven't used them once. And no, never. I mean, don't get me wrong, counting and stuff, obviously, but equations, I've never used them since learning them. But I do love science and maths. But I wanted to. Somebody asked what my school looked like, so I was going to show you really quickly. That is my school.
On the very first Oddpod we did, you linked your school. Yep, there we go. It looks like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Ammon Valley Grammar School.
Grammar school. That sounds fancy already.
You know, until like 2002, Canada had it where it was like you had to go to grade 13.
Yeah,
and
but
grade
that
No,
was,
no, no.
oh,
Not all of Canada had that theater. Just back east.
back
Because you
east.
guys, seriously, you guys don't do it right back there.
we still have 13 years here. I mean, that it just gives you all, everything slows down a bit. The years aren't as jam-packed with shit that you don't need.
Yeah, but that's the only thing. You get so much like less free time when you have like so much more stuff to work on in like 1 year.
Yeah.
Any does anybody want to say anything else about exams? Then I mean, maybe we could get somebody in the call. What we're looking for, guys, is somebody just to jump in the call and ask us a question. Doesn't have to be ideally about us. It can be about any topic that you want our opinions on. Can be about exams if you want it to be, but anything really.
Music. Never mind. Sorry. I mean, Funky. I mean, one more question to you. Were you graded with letters or numbers?
Um,
I mean, like if
Like
you
when-
got an A, like
yeah,
A was
no, I mean like when I did my GCSEs, yeah, you had a letter grade like an A, B, C, whatever.
really, because I think we're the only country that gives numbers. I mean, 1 is very good, 2 is good, 3 is satisfactory, 4 is sufficient, 5 is deficient, and 6 is insufficient. And my grades are all on the sufficient line. I always get 4s and everything. But if I still pass, I pass. Yeah, it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's fine with me.
I have a question. What do you find easiest when it comes to like, well, you know how tests are divided up or exams into like multiple choice, fill in the blanks, matching short answers, case studies. What do you find easiest and most difficult?
What do you mean most difficult?
Like which sections and what you were good at and bad at?
I was good at language. I mean, just English because English is so goddamn easy. But that's just me. And then I always have troubles with chemistry because we have to get tested on chemistry here as well.
I like I've mentioned already, I was very much into my science and my maths, and I liked questions with definitive answers. 2 plus 2 is 4. There is no variant. 4 is going to be the answer. But stuff like English or language, where it's very much interpretation and grey areas, I don't like. And those are the questions that I hated. It's like in an English exam where instead of just a question with a simple answer, you'd have to give your opinions and your your interpretation of what's happening, and it'd be like an essay. You'd have to like write 6 pages on this topic. I hated those.
I hate the multiple choice because our multiple choice was so stupid. It was true, false, yes, no, not the text in the text, which I didn't understand.
We
So
don't
there were
have multiple choice,
2,
or at
4,
least we didn't.
6. 2 for or 8 ones, and you have to cross 2 together, and I didn't understand it. Yes, true. Yes, false. Yes, true in the text, and then I don't understand. I just that was I always failed multiple choice exams because I was so bad at them.
I found that multiple choice varies by topic. I mean, I always was bad at it, but like when you have to do multiple choice when it comes to math, like there's so many like plausible answers. Or when you go to like chemistry, biology, it's like, damn it.
I mean, it may have changed, but I mean, when I was in school with maths, it wasn't enough to know the answer to a question. You had to know how that answer was derived. And like, for example, if you had a question, keeping it simple now for the purpose of this, but if the question was 2 plus 2, obviously it wouldn't be. It'd be much more complicated than that. But if you just put 4, you'd probably lose marks because you have to show, or at least at the time, you had to show how you got to that answer. And that's why we've never. I mean, when I was in school, we never had multiple choice.
Never.
Never.
We always did. We always did, and if we have like 8 choices, I don't know what to do because I usually get them wrong. But then now it's gone back to true and false and not in the text, so there's 3 choices and I still hate it. And I've got an oral French exam coming up, and I can't do French for the life of me. And I'm gonna fail. But that's cool.
Let's get to this speaker. Right?
Yeah. we
Okay,
can take some
so
questions.
yeah, so does anybody want to come in the call really quick?
Can't ask a question. Right, hold on, get everything figured out. I guess if don't take this the wrong way. Right after we answer the questions, we'll hang up on you. So don't feel bad. It's okay. We just have to say. Come on, any questions?
I've had a question on Skype, but I don't know if he wants to come in the call or not.
Well, if
Lucas,
he wants his question answered, he has to
Then-
come on the call.
Lucas,
That's
will
the way it
you?
goes.
Can I add you to the call for a minute?
Okay.
Teach Milk French.
If somebody can teach me French, if somebody wants to get in this call and teach me the basics of French, I will give them a Steam game. I'm serious. I have one. If somebody wants to teach me French, come on the call right now.
What game is it?
Surprise.
Iron Grip Warlord. I have 2 free versions, but I will give them a French game.
Oh, Forrest said he'll come in. That's Lucas, by the way. So I'm gonna add him in.
Forrest, Adam, if they teach me French, then he gives me his Steam name.
Wait.
And then
Okay. He did have a question for us as well, so
Right.
he can do that and the French thing. Let me just find him in the list here.
and make sure that I have 2 versions of the game. So if you want it, teach me French, and then you'll get it. I'm gonna do giveaway time.
We have to learn French.
Oh, Forrest is not doing the French thing.
Okay. Somebody else can do that then.
Sad. I'll ring him up. Google Translate is your friend. I
Not that good.
I don't like Google Translate. Forrest,
Really?
pick up the phone.
A lot of the stuff you translate, it doesn't actually translate properly.
Alright, we got him in here. Hello.
Hey, Forrest.
What is your question?
What do you think about age restrictions on video games?
Age restrictions. Alright, if I could get this started.
Go for it.
Pointless, because, first of all, most of the people that you sell it to, they don't give a shit. Because when I was 14, I used to go to the Blockbuster. You know which Blockbuster I'm talking about.
It's the one right on Royal York.
Yeah, alright. We don't need to get the addresses because nobody else knows what we're talking about.
It went bankrupt though, eh?
Yeah, every Blockbuster went bankrupt. I could basically just walk into any Blockbuster, any store I could, or Best Buy if it's people in America, and then I'd just get a game which was 18 and over. I'd go up to the clerk and say, "Can I have this?" And then they would just give it to me. I don't understand. And good topic. It's especially worse because here in Germany the games, especially they get censored.
Oh, yeah.
If they're too violent, a German version comes out and they all get censored, which I hate because then I have to get, like Hawk just recently gifted me Sniper Elite 2. I have to get them gifted to me so I don't get the uncensored version because then all the gore's gone. It's all in German and I don't want that. So basically, yes, pointless.
There's a way of getting around it. That's what I find. You can get your parents when you're younger to just go in like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get this, and they don't even care because they probably know it's gonna go to the kid anyways. And what I find about it is that even though when I played like shooters a lot when I was younger, under the actual age, you know, and all the requirements, you know, I that's one thing that just annoys me is that the little kids that are in the community that are making it crap, you know.
Yeah.
The little voice kids are the ones that just be annoying, but you get that everywhere.
I think that games should be age restricted and should be regulated because I don't think little kids should be playing adult-themed games. As well, I think huge fines should be levied on the parents who buy their kids these games because the little bastard kids won't shut the hell up and
But
stop playing it.
there is no way, I guess, to regulate it because
There is a way. You put fines down and you make the fines go to the parent and to the person who sold the game. not the company, the actual person. You make the fines $1,000, it'll stop real quick.
I mean, you can like regulate there, but in stores you can't really regulate it. I mean,
Yes, you can.
a dad can come in and say, "I want this game for myself," and they'll sell it to them and then give it to their kid.
Yeah, and then those parents, it should all, you can track everything online.
Yeah.
For Xbox and everything, you can track player profiles. You can monitor games while they're active. You can hear this, unless they're in a private conversation, you can hear the voices.
Yeah, I mean, but
So,
the buying part you can't regulate. I know the other things you can, but other than that, I don't think you can really regulate it.
I'm gonna step in here, and as usual, I'm gonna be the liberal left-wing nut, without getting too political. I don't have a problem with it. Like for me personally, swearing isn't offensive. I don't get offended when people swear. And as far as violence, I mean, okay, as far as like sex is concerned, there are very, very few games with actual, sexual content in them. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any. And as far as violence is concerned, there's nothing they're not exposed to every day on television, whether it be news or just television shows. And I'm kind of tired of the facade that these games are for adults. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people do play a lot, myself included. I love all the shooters and stuff like that. But they're clearly aimed at children. And personally, yeah, GTA, that One Dog brought up GTA, which does have a sex scene in it, but that was slipped in by a coder, and I don't think it was supposed to be there at all.
I don't think children should be playing Grand Theft Auto because you spend the whole game beating hookers and killing people. I don't think a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even 13-year-old should be spending his evening doing that.
Yeah. And then, because my country is so hell-bent on getting rid of video games for all, recently, I think it was in the news 2 weeks ago, the government, or some politician, put in a bill that he wants to get passed to ban every single video game from any single market in this country. I think it was, or it must have been a long time ago, but I think in the local news, some person was planning on doing that. I guess you shouldn't really do that, but if you're so hell-bent on banning it, I don't understand it.
Germany's got it pretty bad with that kind of stuff, but Australia is worse. If a game doesn't fit into a 15 category in Australia, it's banned.
It's already banned.
Yep. If it does not fit into a 15 category, then it's banned, because the assumption in Australia is video games are for kids. And if it's not suitable for kids, i.e. 15 years or younger, then it's not gonna. Well, you can't sell it here.
There's always a way around it. If you're on the computer, you have somebody just gift you the Steam game.
Oh yeah, sure, but I mean, still, I mean, not only that, but they pay crazy amounts of money for their games in Australia as well. It's a shame Bush isn't here; he could expand on it. But I'm just bringing up a list of. See if I can find some games that are banned in Australia, like really prominent games.
I know that Left 4 Dead were both censored to hell in Germany and Australia. There was like no gore at all, which that was the fun part of GTA. The fun part of Left 4 Dead is seeing body parts fly everywhere.
Left 4 Dead 2 is one that's banned there.
I mean, if it's banned, I think the developers can pay extra to get it censored or have it censored.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. I mean, sure, if you like took out the blood and the gore or whatever they're complaining about and censored it, then yeah, I'm sure they would accept it. But the problem is that the game developers generally don't, have the time or the inclination to edit their games so drastically, for a relatively small share of the market. Because I think it's safe to say that majority of the sales come from Probably the Americas. You know, America and Canada, and everything else is relatively small, I'd imagine.
Well, I mean, we can look at it from another angle. It's illegal to give kids alcohol, and you can't give kids drugs, but you can give them uber violent video games, which makes absolutely no sense.
I mean, I think, isn't drinking inside the home with parental consent legal?
It depends on the situation, and I mean, if you're getting drunk with your 13-year-old kid, you need some help, man.
Yeah. I don't understand why you would get drunk at an age. I mean, I'm legal to get drunk in my country. When I went 16, or when I turned 16, that's the legal drinking age here. I don't know what it is in other.
19 in Ontario, 18 in
It's 19
Alberta.
Canada-wide except Alberta.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep,
And
really.
then in America it's 21. Which that is another thing that I don't understand. You can drive at 16, but you can get drunk at 21.
Does anyone know if they upped the age for buying cigarettes in America yet? Because it used to be 18.
It's 14 over here.
Yeah, but Germany's weird.
No, it's not. I mean, you could.
No violent video games, but you can smoke and drink.
Yeah, which I'm fine by that. I mean, I don't really play that uber violent video games a lot. I usually enjoy what's it called, FIFA a lot, but I don't think you call that a game, Zito.
No, it's not a game.
Oh, it is. Hawk would agree. Hawk, are you there?
No, he's dead.
Yes, what?
Okay, so what's your is FIFA a game for you?
What about?
Is it a game for you?
It's a boring ass game, I'll tell you that much.
Well then.
I honestly don't understand how people can play that. I've seen videos of it, and I'm nearly fallen asleep watching somebody play it.
You have to be into it to like it.
Well, I don't like football, so I think that's probably my first problem.
That's why you don't like it. I mean, if you like football, you'll probably like a game that where you play football.
Well, I think we answered Forrest's question.
Forrest, you still there?
Yeah.
Right, so don't take this the wrong way. Are we? Yeah, we're gonna hang up on you. Don't start crying, because I'll be here for you, man. And
Thank
we'll see you.
you,
You
Forrest.
could start crying, and it would make for interesting audio.
There. Alright, we'll see you in the stream chat. There we go.
Thanks.
Did we have a volunteer to teach Milk some French?
I'll give them a Steam game. I will.
And in exchange, I'll teach somebody something in Welsh if somebody comes on.
In exchange.
Zontago, you know you want to.
In exchange.
In exchange.
Sorry, in exchange. Zontago, have I got you on Skype already, or can you message me? Yeah, just teach him like a sentence or something, and I'll teach you something in Welsh.
Teach him like that really long city name that you lived in. I mean, you can. That really long city name's pretty interesting.
Okay, Zontago, can you add me to Skype? It's just Funky Monkey, and I'll get you in here.
I can give him the sentence that I want to learn, because I'm going to be using that sentence a lot.
Well, he's not fluent French, so take it easy on him. He might not know what sentence you want.
Alright.
He's going to add me now, so we'll get him in.
Make sure to remember that there's a Steam game in it for you. It's a pretty cheap Steam game, but it's the only one that I have right now in the gift.
Why don't you be less cheap and get him a good game?
Because, well,
He's going out of his way to teach you a language, and you're like, here, have this sack of crap I don't want.
it's a good game. Remember that. It is
You keep talking it down like it's terrible.
It is. I got it for $2 because it was a Steam sale.
So you're saying he's only worth $3 to you? You sack of shit.
I know.
Man, give him a $5 game, you cheap bastard.
Hold on. I think I have an idea. I think I do. Add to cart. Let's see. Wait, isn't one add that to cart? Let me actually see if that... I don't want to give them any game that's censored because they'll probably start crying. You know those...
Why don't you just give him $5 on PayPal?
German low violence version only available with German language. I don't think you want that, Santago.
One doc's insulting you, Milk.
Is he?
He's not a shithead.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna add Zontago now.
I am genuinely sad. Boo, boo, boo.
And he's got a little picture of like a lizard gecko thing.
Does he? I don't know. Alright. I'll make it a simple sentence so I can keep using it. Excuse me.
You should teach him I don't have AIDS. It is okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, man.
Yes, it's Doc.
So can you teach me this sentence? Hello? My name is Haku, and I smell of moldy fish.
I could teach you how to say hello in my name.
Okay, well then teach me that.
Hold on a sec, I'm rusty. I took French like a year ago.
I think he's using Google Translate.
Do you know when I while he's doing that? Firstly, what's the name of your little lizard?
Oh, that's the
Steven?
the spiky lizard. That's the state lizard.
Is he a pet, or did you just find him on the side of the road?
Oh, that's not mine. It's just a state lizard.
Okay.
Can you say Texas?
Yeah, like our
Do you eat steak every day?
every other day.
Thank you.
Damn it! I'm moving to Texas. I love steak.
Oh, and I'm also a rancher.
You live in a ranch. Huh.
Yeah, I'm a generation,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm Asian American.
Shadow's complaining about the Texas thing. I'm guessing it's because she's a dirty, filthy vegetarian.
Oh, yeah.
But chicken's a vegetable, I keep telling her.
I sure love steak. Hey, Donut agrees with me. He loves steak too, but Donut smells, so his opinion doesn't matter.
Talking about this French thing, and this actually takes me back like 15 years when I was in school. I don't know why, but you know, like when kids have like something they're like saying all the time, like a little catchphrase type thing. And you know, bear in mind, I was 14 or 15 at the time, but the thing that we always used to say to people, and I think we picked it up from a TV show, was "You eat like a pig," and I don't know why, I don't know where it came from, but we made it. I think I went on the internet at one point and actually printed it out in like 50 different languages. And it just, for some reason, it just reminded me of this French thing, because in French it's something like "tout mange comme un cochon" or something like that, and we used to say it all the time. I don't know why. While you're looking up that French thing, Zontago, do you what would you like me to teach you in Welsh?
I don't know, just hello.
Okay, alright, I'll think of something a bit more interesting than that.
Well, do me like an introduction. Like, hello, my name is...
Yes, I know, we'll just do basics of them. Have you got that French thing for milk?
I'm really rusty. I remember a few things, but not...
Alright, just teach me what you know.
Okay, like when you're walking on the street and you say hi to somebody, you like ask them how they're going, you say "ça va," and then you can either reply like
Yeah.
"ça va bien," like you're happy, or just "oui ça va," saying same old, like okay.
Right. Zito, ça va?
Anyway, what you wanted to say.
Okay.
Bonjour, mon nom est Hawk et odeur de poisson moisi.
Alright, let me try this. It's like, bonjour, mon nom est Haku et odeur poisson moisi. There you go.
What type of fish is that?
That's moldy fish.
Moldy fish. Nice.
Moldy fish.
I heard the
Oh,
poisson.
Je suis américain. Je suis de
I'm American.
Yeah, don't say that in France.
You'll get killed.
Don't do that anywhere.
Sweet Canada.
America.
Je suis America.
America.
So wait, Zantago, what is your Steam name? Or
It
do you not
should
have
be-
Steam?
I have a Steam.
Okay, good.
Mega Mango Man.
Alright, put it in the chat so I can copy and paste it.
Is your Steam name Mega Man?
Mega Mango Man.
Oh,
Mega Mango Man.
Okay, I think I'll teach Zontago this Welsh phrase. Are we gonna end it there then for tonight?
No, we still got 10 minutes, a good 10 minutes.
Okay, alright, well I'll teach him the Welsh phrase anyway. So repeat after me, and I won't get you to say anything rude or anything, don't worry. Right, fy enw fi, oh no, hang on, Shwmai,
Shemai.
fy enw fi,
The NOV.
Zontago.
Yeah.
No,
Zontago.
yeah. Rydw i'n byw
Fred no Evil.
yn Texas.
On Texas.
There's no Welsh word for Texas?
There may be, I just don't know it. Probably not, because I keep telling, like, people ask, like, Welsh uses a lot of English words, and the reason for that is because the Welsh language is like 2,000 years old. America's about 200 years old, so I very much doubt there's a Welsh word for Texas.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's Shwmai, fy enw fi Zontago, rydw i'n byw yn Texas, and that basically is hello. My name is Zontago, and I live in Texas. Do you want me to write it down for you in the Skype? You can go. You can go and practice that, and you can come back next week and reel it off to me.
Sure. Could I ask a question?
Sure.
No, sure, go ahead.
What's barbecue like in where you live? Because I know in Texas it's, dry rub. Like beef ribs.
Yeah.
What is it for you?
Delicious.
If you want to start, or should I start?
Yeah, you go for it. I'm not a barbecue expert.
Well, it's not dry rub here. Basically, we just make a marinade and we just saute it in there for like 2 or 3 hours. Put it in a bag, put it in like a cold spot, and then we grill it. It's nothing really that special, but we don't dry rub over here. I don't think we even know what a dry rub is over here.
We're not limited by region, so we can have dry rub or cover it in sauce, whatever we want to do depending on what we're cooking.
This is a difficult thing for me to comment on, really, because the word barbecue over here, like, I mean, typically, I mean, from what you guys have just discussed, you're describing some kind of seasoning, are you, on the meat?
Yes.
Okay, well, over here, a barbecue is like, if somebody says to me, do you want to have a barbecue, that, to me, is the actual act of grilling. It doesn't define, the meat or what you're putting on it.
Alright.
If that makes sense. So if somebody says we're having a barbecue, all that tells me is that they're grilling something out in their back garden.
But that's barbecue.
Yeah, but it doesn't specifically mean that they're putting barbecue sauce or anything on there.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, like Americans call it grilling, which I suppose is more accurate. But to us, grilling is barbecuing. Basically, if you're cooking it outside, that's a barbecue. And you could be cooking anything on it without barbecue sauce. Cause
I especially like grilled zucchinis. They taste pretty good.
I don't like cucumbers or anything like those, like gherkins or zucchinis or anything like that.
You don't?
Nope,
They're pretty good. You
I
should
don't
try
like it. What the hell is a dry rub anyway? Just like spices you rub on dry,
Yeah,
presumably.
You make a mix of seasonings, and then you rub it on your meat, and you stick your meat on a grill. And cook it slow,
Can you stop
and then
saying
you
your
cook
meat?
Well, whose meat would it be? Okay, you go take your neighbor's meat, and you rub your neighbor's meat with spice, and then you cook your neighbor's meat. I mean, is that better?
Or you take your grandmother's meat and you rub your grandmother's meat with spice.
It It could.
Like, you put your grandmother's meat on the grill.
Why does the meat have to belong to somebody? It could be just the meat.
Well, if you don't want random meat, you want to at least know where your meat comes
I
from.
mean, you don't want street meat. Street meat. You just go up and you could like rub a homeless man's meat with spices. That would taste good.
Without ownership of the meat, it's someone's meat, but whose meat is it? So at that point, you're just rubbing strange meat. It's better to actually know where the meat comes from that you're rubbing before you start rubbing the meat.
I mean, yeah, just you don't just go up to a homeless person and say, "Hey, I'm having a barbecue. Can I rub your meat?"
I'd rather not know who the meat belongs to because I'll just regret it afterwards.
Yeah, but
I think you'd regret it more if you touch strange meat. You're better off knowing the meat.
Being friends with it.
I mean, you could don't go up to a stranger and say, "Can I?"
What if the person that owns the meat knows you though? Then you wouldn't be better off knowing them though.
That'd be-
Well, if the person who owns the meat knows who you are, then you're rubbing their meat to go on the grill.
Oh,
So you're
we're
helping them cook their meat.
we're actually talking about grilling. There's not innuendo here.
So
Yeah,
say,
I don't know what you sick person.
Those
Get
sexual
the hell up. You don't want that kind of attitude in this area, okay? We're talking about cooking steak and ribs and chicken, which is more like a vegetable, but we'll cover that later.
Yeah. I mean, he'd come up to you and he would say, "What do you think of my meat? Isn't it delicious? I mean, of all the marinade."
Like,
all
I mean,
the-
if you rub meat and you get a good hold of the meat and you rub it really well and you cook it right, then everyone's gonna want a piece of your meat when you're done cooking it.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I find rib sauce to be delicious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you can get some wet on the meat, and it tastes pretty good, but nothing beats a good dry rub.
But you guys seem to be talking about grilling, not like because barbecue for me is like smoking it like over wood.
Same process.
So you're telling me that you smoke your meat over wood?
Yeah. Or charcoal.
It's the same process, it's just a lower temperature.
No, it's like in an actual like what do they call it?
It's in a
Chimney?
smoker.
So,
Yeah.
It's almost the exact same as barbecuing, except you're just doing it at a lower temperature for a longer time
Yeah.
period.
And sometimes those things go for like 24 hours or 12.
Like,
They're really long.
when you do a good brisket, it takes you at least 18 hours to cook that.
Yeah.
down.
what we do here is I would basically stick my meat into a plastic bag full of marinade and let it sit there for 5 hours.
No, you don't do that because that's just asinine.
Yeah, no, but if we did that, if I were to do
That
that,
doesn't even make sense. No, don't even. No.
On, while you're talking about smoked meat, it reminded me of a time when, like, I've been to Florida a few times, and I went, did the whole tourist thing, like with the Disney World and stuff, and they had these like stalls inside Disney World that were selling like these giant pretzels, which I hate, and like smoked turkey legs, and I mean these things are the size of my arm. They were massive, and they were disgusting though, because like you when you bit them, they were pink inside, and turkey to me shouldn't be pink.
yeah.
No, if you're eating pink turkey, you're getting sick, sir.
Yeah. That or you're really doing chicken.
Only a couple of kinds of meat are pink on the inside.
Lamb?
Yeah, you want your lamb a little bit pink. Steak, you want your steak pink on the inside.
You don't want your pork pink. Pork should be.
You don't want pork.
Pork should be white.
No, you can have a slight hint of pink in your pork, and it won't kill you nowadays because the way they treat everything. Chicken, you want white all the way through. Same with turkey.
You need to watch out for ground beef too.
If you overcook your ground beef, then you're an idiot.
There's no.
I mean, like
I don't think there's any way that you could overcook ground beef. It's
undercooking.
Stupid.
Undercooking. You need to
Yeah,
watch out.
you've never had a medium rare burger?
Well, no, you can undercook it.
No, you can't.
I'm one of those savages that when I do eat steak, I have it well done.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but
Why do you even bother having
I mean, because the thing with well done is it's just like it's a piece of rubber. You bite into it. So you're
Okay,
biting
this
fire.
is kind of why I like it. I think I don't like ham or pork, I do like bacon. Bacon's an exception. I don't. I like dry meats, which is why I think I like my steak well done, and why I don't like a juicy medium rare or something like that.
Would you like to know a secret about what they do in restaurants when you order the well-done steak?
Sure.
They take the piece of shit meat that they can't use for anything else because they've already cut all the good steaks off it, and they cook it to hell. And if it's not finished, they throw it in a deep fryer to finish it off. They give you the crap that you would feed a dog.
Don't doubt it. Don't doubt it for a second, but I don't go to restaurants, so if I ever do have...
You
Sorry.
need to start cooking your meat medium.
But then it won't be dry, and it's dry meat I like. That's why I love turkey so much.
I hate dry meat. I can't do it. I can't eat it.
I really don't like. I don't know. It's weird. Like my parents think I'm a freak. Like I don't like butter. If I have a sandwich, I don't have butter in it.
Puts butter on a sandwich. That's just sick.
No, it's pretty much a given over here that you have butter in your
Butter goes
sandwiches.
on toast.
What about in Germany and Hock? Do you normally butter your sandwiches?
We don't have toast here. We basically do not have toast. What exists, with everything. If it's breakfast, we don't have toast. Our toast is shit. It's basically like dry meat, but it's bread. So we have bread rolls. That's all. That's basically like I said, there's no toast here. Bread roll.
Rolls are good though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, turkey, when you have it once or a few times a year, I could literally just take the whole thing and like just eat it all.
Turkey and cheese is really good. Melted cheese. Just putting that out there. Zontago, I'd love you to send me some steaks, but I got a feeling that they wouldn't reach me in prime condition.
Yeah, they would freeze dry.
Probably moldy.
I'm a big fan of jerky, beef jerky.
Oh, jerky?
Uh-huh.
Eat that every day.
And like it's really, I mean, you can buy it over here now, but it's really expensive. Meat in general is pretty expensive in the UK. But luckily I've got my my cousin's in the Navy, and she's stationed in, I think she's in the NATO base in Amsterdam, and they've got like on the site there, they've got like an American personnel like general store type of thing, and she goes in there and buys me like a bag full of it and sends it back to me. But I do like jerky.
But in Texas, we have like really cheap, like good cut, because it's like it's here.
Because America, they have all the food. They've got, like, you have like 4 types of Mountain Dew. I'm always so jealous.
Well, Texas produces the most beef.
Yep. Alright, so, should we get this Oddpod to a close? If we're done with everything?
Yeah, I guess. We talked about meat for about 10 minutes, so...
I could talk about meat forever.
Next call topic.
Shadow wants to know if we...
Oddpod.
Sorry, Shadow wants to know if we can talk about vegetables next time.
Alright, hold on. P-Daddy has a question. P-Daddy, what is your question, P-Daddy?
I have an answer.
Yes, P-Daddy, I love sunflower seeds. Alright, so...
No, P-Daddy, I do not eat sunflower seeds.
They're good. So, without further ado, we should get that Oddpod to a close.
Oh, you forgot to remove Zintago from call.
Right, again, don't take this the wrong way, Zantago, but we're gonna hang up on you.
No, thanks for having me.
Ah, cool, man. Thanks for coming. Zido, did you just link me an image of a boot and say that was my steak?
Yeah, I sent you a proper steak, and then I sent you a crap and shove it in your mouth.
It's delicious, though. Yeah, see, look at that steak you linked. It's swimming. It's practically in gravy.
Yeah, that steak is the most beautiful thing you'll ever see in your life. That's what a steak looks like when you eat it.
And then a boot. Right, so, closing statements for the night.
Stay in school, I guess.
Don't do drugs.
Mhm.
And don't...
I'm coming to Wales and teaching Funky how to eat proper steak.
Alright.
Bring some meat with you.
I will. I'll
Turkey
freeze
delicious.
dry it.
So is rib sauce and barbecue. Man, burgers are good.
My closing statement is doner kebab is the best food ever. Hawk, what is yours?
I don't have one.
Alright.
Sorry.
Hang on, just before we sign off, Zito, how come you didn't pick up milk on his doner kebabs? Those are like made of lamb lips and ears and nipples and and hooves.
Well, for the simple fact that it's good.
Yeah.
And it's not cooked as shit in an old boot.
It's like rotisserie.
And all the, I don't know about over there, but over here in Canada, when you go in for a doner, it's actually real meat
It's
that's sliced thin and stacked on a little thing that rotates around with the stuff.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, it's real meat. I don't think. What gave you the idea that we sell lamb nipples in Germany?
I think you'd be surprised to find out what's in those big honking slabs of meat that turn around there.
That's why I brought chicken, because the chicken, they're like thin sliced.
Probably on the street, you wouldn't want to be pissing around with it.
Yeah. Right, Vader, your statement?
My very last statement would be, shit, got to go, baby on fire.
From that league game.
For everybody that wants to know,
I linked it in the chat for you guys.
there you go. And then, without further ado, I think I've said that more than once. We shall see you guys next week.
And guys, again, I tested the sound before we started streaming, and it seemed fine. So if it's been playing up again, we shall look into it and try and get it fixed again for next week. So sorry about that.
Alright, so we will see you guys next week.
See ya.
Goodbye.